Alright guys, DSOP TV with you here. I've got some dirty old rims here I'm going to clean up. I'm going to do one conventional using Meguiars Ultimate Wheel Cleaner, which is kind of an IronX like substance, and I'm going to do one with my secret weapon. These are a little less dirty than the fronts. The fronts took quite a bit of scrubbing. One came clean fairly well, the other one I just had to scrub. Nothing really worked on them. So I'm going to show you basically a comparison here. I've just kind of watered them down just to get any loose dirt off of them, just with standard garden hose. So Meguiars Ultimate Wheel Cleaner, and then my secret GoJo, which I've used in airplane cleaning. So gets, cuts through grease and stuff, and I found it does a pretty good job on taking off, brake dust and stuff. I'm gonna go put on some rubber gloves and we'll get started. Alright, let's get started. Let's get this Meguiars on here. Start letting it dwell. I'm gonna let both these sit for about 10 minutes or so. This is kind of a thicker gel formula that they just came out with. Alright, so that's good and covered. Now with the GoJo, I'm just going to kind of smear this on with my hands. Get a nice thick coat on here. And what this stuff's going to do, it's going to start kind of melting. We got a little bit of sun this morning. It's not super hot. It's about 60. So stuff's going to start melting and just dissolving all this gunk. I'm going to take a brush and kind of spread it in here as well. These are actually supposed to be chrome on the inside, I believe, if they're like the fronts. Get some of this water off so it'll stick a little bit better. So yeah, I've used this on the underside of airplanes where, small airplanes like Cessnas and stuff, they get a lot of oil from the engine breather just thrown on the belly. It makes it really nasty, and if you don't keep on it, then it just accumulates and becomes a really fun project to land or an airplane and get grease stripped on you, but hey, it's got to be done. Alright, so I'm going to load up my brush as well. Just kind of smear this around, let it do its thing. Got a nice good coat. I'm not really going to agitate it a whole lot right now. I'm just going to kind of get it down in here, especially these bolt areas. This is one reason I don't buy fancy wheels, it's just pain in the butt. Alright, so I'm going to let that let both these dwell for about 10 minutes. You can see the IronX doing its thing really well. Starting to turn purple. And I'm just going to use the garden hose. I used a pressure washer yesterday, but I don't think it's did any better than just regular old garden hose on this stuff. So, alright. So I'm going to give this about 10 minutes. I'm going to make sure the IronX doesn't dry out. Is pretty much what I'm going to do. And then we'll be back. Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes or so. Probably not quite 10. I'm not a very patient dude. Anyway, so you see the Meguiars IronX type stuff's reacted. It's turning purple just like it's supposed to. I've just kept it wet and start drying out a little bit in the places that the sun's hitting it, and it kind of leaves some nasty stuff. And then the goop's turned to a nice oily substance. So let's go ahead and, which one do you want to do first? Let's do the goop first, since I think that's what I had on my brush last. So I'm just going to load up a little bit more goop because it does get thin and oily. And I'm just going to start working this out to get rid of some of this water so it doesn't mix well with the goop on keeping things good. So I'm just going to agitate this. You know, I've got a medium brush here, nothing fancy. It's just cheapy I got from an auto parts store. And I'm just going to agitate this in. And these wheels aren't super dirty. I mean, they're pretty dirty, but you know, nothing like the fronts were. So I'm just going to agitate this in just like I would a normal product. And probably neither of these going to get this perfect first go around, so if it does, I'll be super happy, but I'm expecting I'm going to have to do at least one more heavy cleaning on them before I start going to some lighter cleaning products. But I'm just getting these ready to sell, so I'm just kind of working to knock the heavy dirt off, and if the next owner wants to do something, you know, clean them up a lot better, get in there with, you know, a scrubbing brush or whatever. Wire brush. I don't know if wire brush would be appropriate, but you know what I'm saying. Make sure that's not drying out. Let's keep this wet. And it's hard to see, but this GoJo's really getting in there, breaking it up. Once you rinse this off, you'll be able to see. Just getting these down here in these bolt areas is really where it's gunked up and hard to get. Gotta get around that. I don't know why they've got 2 valve stems, but whatevs. And the GoJo, you know, it's not got any grit or anything in it. It's pH balance. I mean, it's made to use on your skin. So I've used it on, you know, paint, airplane paint and all that, which everybody's all crazy about because they think airplane paint's something special. And it is a little different, but as long as your product isn't going to scratch it and do crazy stuff, you know, with the airplane industry, you're worried about corrosion in the aluminum. Alright, so very close to being done here. So I'm going to spray out my brush and then we'll do the IronX. Or Meguiars. It's probably not the same, but it's the same active ingredient. I use this stuff all over the place. It's a pretty cheap industrial chemical. The IronX stuff, so it's, you know, the Meguiars is cheaper. That's why I use it. There's nothing fancy. There's no rocket science here with this stuff, okay? Alright, so I'm gonna get the water out of my brush, let it down, and we'll go to town on this. And I don't care which one works best. I'm not a Goop salesman. I'm not a Meguiar salesman. I'm just gonna use whatever works, you know. I don't want to be out here all day scrubbing these things, so whatever works the best, I'm going to use. Definitely wear safety glasses or some type of eye protection with this, because getting this stuff in your mouth tastes bad enough. You can imagine getting in your eyes. I mean, it's made to break down iron and other stuff, and I hate to tell you, you got a lot of that stuff in your body, and it's not gonna go well. So just light agitation. I may have to get a little bit more on here. It's a little dried out down here in the barrel. Just to get a little bit more. This is not really working around too good. And you know, this stuff, once it reacts and turns purple, it's done. It's not going to do anything else. You're not going to, you know, spread this around, and it's going to keep going. It's once it reacts, you know, that's how chemical reactions work. Once it's reacted, it's done. So once it turns purple, it ain't going to work any better. It might have some other minor cleaning elements in it. You know, obviously it's got some foaming properties and other stuff, but pretty much once it turns purple, it's done. It's not going to help you, so you're going to have to add more, because you saw when I added more, it started turning purple again. Hopefully you saw that on the camera. That's, you know, you gotta add more to keep the chemical reaction going. And you'll see once I spray these off, they're pretty darn clean. It's just hard to tell while I'm scrubbing it. And these wheels have probably been on this car, you know, at least 8 years would be my guess. I just got the car. So, all right, so this should be about done. And then rinse these off. All right, let's get my brush clean. Take care of your tools, guys. Yeah, this is a cheap brush, but you know, it only takes a few seconds to clean it out, make it look good. Anyway, so let's turn my hose on jet. And you can see it's done a pretty decent job. I mean, that chrome's showing pretty well. Still got some heavy soiled areas down there, but overall it's done the job pretty well. And a lot of these heavy soiled areas are just where they've had wheel weights, and it's just leftover stickers, stickiness. So this did its job, did a good job. Exactly what I would expect from this product. And now let's do this. So GoJo. Never really seen anybody do a video on it. As you can see, it's done about the same. And I've used it on heavier soiled stuff, and it's actually done better. But again, you know, it's probably just because the Meguiars has to have more chemical to react, so you're just going to have to do it in layers if it's heavily soiled. But I really like how the GoJo just kind of melts into it, starts dissolving it. And you see it leaves kind of a greasy residue behind, but man, I'm about to get a better thing. It keeps leaking. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab my rag and we'll dry these off and see the difference. All right, so I've just got a rag. I'm just gonna, you know, dry them off a little bit so we can see what the damage is. And you can see these are nice and shiny. And this is also nice and shiny under here. It's hard to see with all the water beading up, but the GoJo does a really good job. So there you have it, folks. I'm gonna hit these with, I'll probably swap around. I'll probably do GoJo on the other and Meguiars on the other, and then one more heavy clean, and then I'll hit it with both of them with the Meguiars just to let it dwell and dissolve any leftovers. But there you have it, folks. GoJo does a really good job on rims, and I've got another secret weapon up my sleeve as well. I'm gonna show you in the next video. I just actually gotta go buy some because I can't find it. But anyway, thanks. Please like and subscribe. YouTube's jacked up their partner program, so please like and subscribe. That'll help out a lot. Thank you very much. Alright guys, I just want to show you this real quick. I just sprayed the Meguiars on this, and just a testimony again about the GoJo. The Meguiars isn't even turning purple. You know, it is down here, and I haven't, you know, agitated or anything. I just literally sprayed off the GoJo, keep that wet, and sprayed this on, and you can see it's not really turning purple, and that's just a testimony to the GoJo. It's removing the same stuff. Anyway, see you later.